Good morning, students. Welcome back to your physics class. This side Pooja Sharma, your physics teacher. Hope you all are fine. You all are healthy, doing well. So let's begin up with the class for today. About the previous chapter, we have done the revision. Now we are going to carry forward the next. Before that, in the description box, I have just mentioned the link. You can please click on the link there and mark your attendance. Kindly click on the link given in the description box and mark your attendance. Then we are going to start on with the class. Hanji, good morning, Navjot. Good morning, Isha. Welcome to the class. Okay, ji. Start on with the electrical quantities. So we got the lesson in advance, so we are going to have the chapter in the class. ठीक है? जहाँ पे कुछ special pics होंगी, which I have to show you, then I let you know or I WhatsApp you. Most probably we are going to have it in the class now. Okay? So okay, so let's begin. Okay, electrical quantities are what? The number of the quantities which we use uh, day in day out, and the quantities which are used for a particular operation. Fine. What do you mean by electrical quantities? Like suppose you have to make a bell diagram. Fine. uh, ringing bell. For that, you require a lot of things. You require a switch, you require resistors, fine. You have the refrigerator at home, fine. If a lot of current is passed on at a particular instant, maybe that creates some problem in the appliances. So along with the appliances, we have many of the things inbuilt, fine. So in this chapter, we are going to start with the all those of the quantities which we come across. Plus, first of all, we are going to have discussion on what this electricity is all about. Electrical quantities we use when we have to pass the electric current through any of the device. So first starting of the chapter is from there only, that what this electric current, this electric charge is. Okay, we are going to have this chapter. A little video of this chapter is already made. I am going to maybe complete it and I'm going to post it. Whatever we are able to do it right now, we can do it. But this lesson is actually about the revision, fine, extra class. So your exams are going to begin from 19th. Probably you all have seen the video uploaded, the date sheet uploaded onto your Facebook. If you have any of the doubt, you will be having the sections coming from section 1 till section 4. Fine. This section which we are doing is not coming in the exam. Fine. Before this, what we have done is all going to be there in the exam. ये जो हम लास्ट अभी जो कर रहे हैं इस चैप्टर को छोड़ के, इस सेक्शन को छोड़ के, other than this, you will be having all the things in your exam, all the 4 sections. Any doubt from all those, please let me know. Section 5, electricity and magnetism is not coming in the exam. Other than this, if you have any doubt, kindly mention. Koi special topic, koi click, if you want to understand, please let me know. We do that. Kanji, if there is no doubt, okay. Isha is saying, Ma'am, I tell you afterwards. No problem, Isha. We have the full week along with us. ठीक है? Most probably, I guess Wednesday को हमारा lesson होगा. That time we will be having the holiday, Lodi. Other than that, or if we have the class, then okay. If we don't have the class, then also my WhatsApp is with you. You can let me know whenever needed. Okay, bacha. Okay, ji, then proceeding with the reading of the chapter. First we have is electrical charge. Have you ever brushed your hairs and seen individual hairs standing on the end and wondered why this happened? होता है ना कई बार when you brush the hairs, some of the hairs they just stand on the ends. Or would you like to know how to stick a balloon on the surface without glue? Like this also happen a lot that you have a balloon, fine. You just rub that balloon on maybe your hairs, and then you are going to have it nearby the wall, and it is going to stick there. आपको कोई glue की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Yeah, this is not going to be for a long time, but it is going to stick there. Fine, without glue. Now they are saying what this all is going to be about. ये क्या हो रहा है? They are both the result of the movement of the electric charge. ये क्यों हुआ? Due to the movement of electric charge. First of all, based upon this charge, we are going to have two kinds of the materials around us. One we call them as conductors, and one we call them as insulators. एक हमारे conductors हो जाएंगे, एक हमारे insulators हो जाएंगे. Conductors are those which are going to conduct the current. Insulators which are going to resist. Fine. So substances that easily allow the electric charge to pass through them are electrical conductors. Those do not are insulators. Metals are conductors. You can say wood, rubber, these are insulators. Fine. So substances which allow the electric current, electric charge to pass. Fine. See, electric charge is there in the substance. If there is the ability to flow it, that is conductor. If it does not flow, then it is insulator. For example, wood, rubber are insulators, and metal pieces, copper, iron, gold, whatever. These metal stuff, this is all conductor. So you have a table ranging from the best conductor to the best of the insulators. At the top, you have the best conductor, that is silver. At the bottom, you have the best of the insulator, that is the Teflon. Fine. Non-metals are basically insulators. Metals are basically conductors. But there are 1-2 non-metals also which conduct. जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ग्रेफाइट. फाइन. सिलिकॉन इज अ सेमीकंडक्टर. It's not a proper one. Okay, so the range is given. Okay, now listen here. One thing, silver is the best of the conductor, but we use copper, that is the second best conductor for flowing of the current. The reason behind you can understand yourself, that why if silver is used, then what? You will not be having the wires after the night, you know. Okay, then is electrostatic charges. Charging insulators by friction. Materials such as glass, polythene, acetate can also become charged when they are rubbed. This is because they are insulators. Insulator, for example, हमने अभी रबर उसकी balloon की बात करी है ना. We can charge it by rubbing it a little. Fine. So you can have any of the insulator. When you just rub the insulator on the surface, it's going to get the charge for a little time. Fine. That charge is not going to remain there for a long run, but for a little time it is going to be there. कंडक्टर्स ऐसा नहीं होता because you can directly pass the current through them. Direct वहां से charge flow करेगा. So this rubbing, this friction, we are not going to have it on the conductors, but we can have it on the insulators. Charge as the loss or the gain of the electrons. Now this topic you are already aware of. Fine. You know this thing very well that you have done this in chemistry this year, as well as you have done this in the previous years, that atom is made up of electron, proton, and neutron. Fine. And electrons are going to flow from a place to place. Okay. If you have two of the substances, they are going to rub on the surface of each other. One is going to lose the electron and the other is going to gain the electron. The one which is going to lose the electron is going to have the positive sign because this one is actually giving something. The other one is going to have a negative sign because this one is actually taking something. Fine. So you will be having this positive and negative sign depending upon who is giving and who is getting. Okay. So when you rub, like you can have this on we call it as the static electricity, where the actual current is not passed but the electrons flow. Fine. By the charges, they just flow by rubbing. Okay, so read this topic. All atoms are made up of three kinds of particles called as electrons, protons, and neutrons. Electrons are the tiniest of these and have a negative charge. Protons are positively charged, while neutrons, they have no charge. This you all know. Electrons have which charge? They have negative charge on them. Protons, they have positive charge, and neutrons, they have no charge. The protons and the neutrons are held very tightly in the nucleus. Atoms can gain or lose electrons. Now you know that in the atom there are two things. One is the outer, the shells, and the inner nucleus. Nucleus में होता है आपका proton and neutron, which are not going to move on. The only one thing which is there in the outer shell, nucleus के बाहर we have the electrons, and we are only going to gain or lose these electrons as needed. In most atoms, there are as many electrons as protons. Mostly this is the thing कि जितने आपके पास इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे उतने ही आपके पास number of protons होंगे. Protons means the number of negative charge is almost equal to the number of the positive charge. That is only why we say that the atom is electrically neutral. Fine. So in most atoms there are as many electrons as protons. So normally an atom or object has no overall charge because the total positive charge of an proton is equal to the total negative charge of all the electrons. When you charge an object with static electricity, you are adding or taking away negatively charged electrons so that the charge on the object overall is unbalanced. For example, when you rub a glass or acetate with a rod, acetate rod with a cloth, electrons from the rod are rubbed onto the cloth. So the cloth become negatively charged overall, and the rod is left with an overall positive charge. When an unbalanced charge collect on the surface of the object, This charge is what we say as a static charge. Static means it is given static hota hai, not moving charge. Fine. When electrons move or flow from one place to another, they produce an electric current. When you rub the polythene rod with the cloth, electrons from the cloth are transferred to the rod. So the polythene carries a negative charge overall, and the cloth carries the positive charge. हाँ जी बच्चा. So okay. Then we have the concept of attraction and repulsion. Kindly read it out. The way we have it for, remember in the previous off, we have it for magnets. है ना? Same way we can have it for electrons. Or you can say not for the electrons, for the charges. Where we have the positive and the negative charge. We have two kinds of charges. Fine. One positive and one is negative. Fine. So if you are going to have the positive and positive, they are going to show you repulsion. If you have negative and negative, they are also going to show you repulsion, because like charges hai to repel karenge. On the other hand, if you are going to have plus minus, or you will be having minus plus. They are going to show you attraction. The reason behind why they show the attraction, because they are unlike charges. So like charges repel each other, unlike charges they attract each other. Fine. Okay. Then we have the electric field. The same as that we have the magnetic field, that is the region around the charge till where its effect can be felt. हमने magnet के केस में क्या किया था? Let's say you have this magnet with the north and the south pole. Fine. You will be having a space around this. इस magnet का effect होगा till where its effect can be felt. Similarly, you have a space around this charge till where its effect can be felt. Fine. So that is what we say electric field. Let's read it loud. Around any object in which the charges are not balanced, there is an electric field. A field is a region of space where the force can act at a distance. Please underline this line. A field is a region of space where a force can act at a distance. Kindly underline. This is what we say electric field. An electric field has a direction. When a charged particle moves into the electric field, it feels a force toward or away from the other particle. The strength of the force actually depend on how close the particles are or how much charge they carry. Fine. जो आपका फोर्स है उसका स्ट्रेंथ किस पे डिपेंड करेगा? यू कैन डायरेक्टली से दैट फोर्स डिपेंड अपॉन टू थिंग्स, दैट हाउ क्लोज द पार्टिकल्स आर, पार्टिकल्स कितने क्लोज हैं. सेकेंड, इट्स गोइंग टू डिपेंड अपॉन हाउ मच चार्ज दे कैरी, चार्ज कितना है. Okay, then is the electric field pattern. Now, we have done in, see, I'm going to definitely relate it with the magnets because the concept is almost related to that. जैसे वहां पे हमारे पास दो poles थे, north and south. Here we have the two charges, positive and negative. Now the next concept we are going to have is that how to draw it. Fine. हमने मैग्नेट के केस में क्या किया था? That where you have north, it head outward. Where you have south, it head inward. So it goes like this. Yes. Now you have the charges. You have the positive charge and you have the negative charge. From positive charge, it will head outward, and towards negative charge, it will head inward. The heading towards the negative charge. Fine. So it will be out from the positive like this, as you can see in the figure drawn in your book as well, and it will be towards the negative like this. Okay. All the phenomena are in terms of either moving negative or moving positive charges. Early scientists did not know what was moving, and it was only toward the end of the 19th century that they came to know that it was the negative charge which actually moved. Fine. Earlier they were not so aware of that. Is that the proton or is that the new electron? What is moving actually? But then they get to know that जो proton है और जो आपका neutron है, that is inside the nucleus, तो वो move नहीं करेगा. The one thing which is going to move is which is around the nucleus in the shells, that is the electrons. So electrons are the one, those who are moving actually. Okay. Next, we have the hazards of electrostatics. Hazards can be said as the main problems which we can have. Fine. Handy. So let's begin. The sudden discharge of electricity caused by friction between two insulators. The sudden discharge of electricity caused by friction between the two insulators can cause shock in everybody's situation. Like it can happen day in, day out. Fine. When two of the insulators they get rubbed, they get a friction. There is a sudden discharge of electricity. Fine. For example, while combing your hairs, pulling clothes, or getting out of the car. Remember when you do a shock and you are not aware of ke hua kya. You get a little shock, and when you do that again, you are not going to have anything like that. Fine. So that is what we say this electrostatic force. You may have noticed that you can get a spark from your finger when you touch a metal object after rubbing your feet on the nylon carpet. This is similar to the effect you can sometimes feel if you touch the metal door handle. This is very common. If devices connect themselves to the ground using things like that, they first connect, follow. The aircraft are connected to the ground. Okay, the lightning is the main thing of the electrostatic in action. Scientists believe that the electric charge is generated. 1 bolt of lightning carries 5 coulomb of electric charge. Lightning conductors on buildings usually prevent the lightning strikes by discharging the cloud above. But if the strike still occurs, the charge should be carried safely to the ground. Now, this can be asked in the exam that you can underline the last 4 lines of this paragraph. Fine. We have the lightning conductors above the building, what they are used for. They're used for this reason only that somehow if the lightning is there, the current is going to be there on the building. That current through this lightning conductor will be directly taken up towards the down of the building. That is, it will be earthened. Fine. So that the building will be safe. It will be safely sent to the ground through that lightning conductor. Okay, Jing. Till here, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Only then we are going to begin. Till here, we have done less than that because pages wise, if you think it is going to be the half, maybe I've already done. So this is not the half. Fine. Okay, Navjot is saying no doubt. Thank you, Navjot, for understanding. So shall we end the class here? We can have the next of the topic in next of the class. Fine. That is from where we are actually going to start with. कुछ terms हैं जो मुझे आपको समझानी होंगी साथ साथ में. So we are going to do that. Fine. So with this, thank you so much. With this, we are at the end of the class. We'll meet soon, definitely. And we try to grab the opportunities as it comes. Fine. It helps a lot in covering. And yourself, take good care of your family members. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, your family members. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.